So we're trying another first for us. We're gonna do a track run today. We both, on our individual plans, have 400-meter repeats. I've got significantly more, so I'd love to trade. But we thought, why not do it on a track? So here we are. This is the second one we came to because the first one was closed and I am not interested in hopping a fence. So here we are. Here's hoping for the best. I'm jealous. He's already started his repeats and I'm still on my warm-up. My warm-up was about twice as long as his and I've got 10 400-meter repeats. He's got 5. Highly jealous. Okay, full disclosure. I got 4 repeats done. I'm fucking gassed. Oh my God. I don't think I can do another 6. We'll see. All right, I gave up after 5 repeats. Nope. I went out way too fast on the first 2 and then just destroyed myself. So did that. Barry did his 4, but he's kind of struggling right now, eh? His legs are really sore, so we just kind of walked the cool down together, but we were talking about it as we were going, and I hope that I'm blocking the wind sufficiently. Here's the thing, neither one of us are trying to be pros. Neither one of us are trying to win races. Neither one of us are trying to become anything that we're not. No, sorry, I didn't know what you were doing. I thought you were trying to give me your sweater. I'm like, I don't want your sweater. He's trying to block the wind for me. So we're not trying to set any records. What we're trying to do is set a healthier habit for ourselves. And getting out of the house and coming here, even when it's not quote unquote a successful run, it still really is because we're out here. We could be at home, we could be sitting on the couch doing nothing, but we came out here. And that forms the bigger picture, which is the habit of getting out and being active. So frankly, I'm proud of us. That includes you, mister. He's not interested in being on camera. Anyways, just sharing the highs and the lows of it. This was a hard one, but we did some. And I shocked the hell out of myself doing like a 5:25 per kilometer pace. I didn't even know I could move that fast, but clearly it's not sustainable. And that's okay. On to the next one. All right, it is time for the next one, but I've had quite the morning. My husband and I, our 15th wedding anniversary is coming up this month, and we were together for 6 years before that, so we've been together quite a long time. And in my field of work, which is divorce, we don't often see people who have 15-year plus marriages, and we thought it was like a really nice thing to celebrate. So we had made reservations at a restaurant, we'd arranged for an officiant, all this kind of stuff. We were going to do sort of like an anniversary dinner / vow renewal thing, except everything kept falling apart. The restaurant couldn't confirm that we would have a private room. They kept warning us that there might be other patrons sitting at tables around us, which just kind of kills the vibe. They will not, under any circumstances, allow outside food in. Bless you, Luna. So the cake that we were going to have, unless we served it in the parking lot, it was not going to be allowed. And it became very, very overwhelming. We were planning that for Thursday night, and then on the Saturday of that same week, we are off for 10 days on an Alaskan cruise, and trying to get all of those pieces put together because our kids aren't coming with us. This is our first time traveling without them. So we have to find care for them. We've got the pets. Are we going to board her? Is she going to stay here? Like, what are we going to do? She does have pretty bad separation anxiety, so leaving her home alone all day has varying results. Sometimes she's fine, other times not so much. We do have the cat now, and they do hang out quite a bit, so I'm really hoping that that will give her like a little bit of like that feeling of safety that she needs, or whatever her issue is. I don't know. We rescued her when she was 2, so whatever happened in puppyhood, we have no idea, but my guess is that she was ignored a lot. Anyways, I'm off track. Fast forward, me deciding we need to pull the plug on this anniversary dinner because it is just causing no end of anxiety for me. Like, it's too late to try to make other arrangements. I also don't want to spend a ton of money on it, all this kind of stuff. So I had texted the people that we had invited and just said, like, I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen. And I have the best friends anybody could ever hope for. Like immediately they're hopping on there saying, I could host here, I'm going to help you, send me the budget, I will plan, blah, 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 blah. Like they're willing to take all this off my plate for me, and I'm so incredibly grateful. So why am I sharing all that? Just, I guess, to underscore the point that I have been delaying going for my run all morning while dealing with that, and then had a little bit of a cry, just sad that I canceled, but also just so overwhelmingly grateful for my friends. And this was kind of the whole reason we wanted to have this celebration, is that these are friends that we made after we got married. They weren't at our wedding. And it just feels so important to us to have them involved in this celebration because they're such a huge part of our lives and we're just so grateful for them. So now we are on to the run. So I did those 400-meter repeats the other day, or at least half of them. Still not super happy with that, but my point stands that I made at the end of that session, that it is the bigger picture is about making the habit and getting out there and doing that. Anyways, I do have on my Runna app 10 kilometers with a bunch of hill repeats put into it. I'm not going to do that one. Honestly, it does intimidate me doing, I think it was 14 repeats of 1 minute running hard uphill. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I know that it's going to be a massive challenge. So yes, I am being a little bit of a baby about that. But also, I have a 10-kilometer race scheduled for this Sunday. It's currently Friday. And I want to test out my race strategy before the race arrives. So it was going to be 10K either way. So I'm going to do a 10-kilometer run today, but I'm going to relieve the pressure off myself of doing the hills. I have gone through my Garmin and set up a workout so that there's some walk and run intervals in there. And I've established what paces I'm aiming for, all of that kind of thing. If it all goes according to plan, I will set a PB today. But the more important thing for me is just testing it out, and then I can tweak from there for Sunday's race to see if it's too hard or if it was a little bit easy and I still have some in the tank at the end, then I know that I can sort of press it a little bit further on Sunday. So I've got it all loaded on my watch. I just need to get myself dressed and out there. Also, it's about to rain yet again. It hasn't not rained, except on the days where I don't have runs on my plan, then it's blue skies and sunny. It is testing me, but the good thing is it's also calling for rain in the city where my race is on Sunday. And if it does, it's not going to be anything new. I am well versed in running in the rain at this point, so I know what to expect, I know how it feels, and I can handle that. So that is kind of the benefit of getting out there and doing it in less than ideal conditions, is that it really is just another form of training. So with all of that said and out of the way, I now need to get dressed and get this one done. I don't know that I will take you along on this run. I probably won't do footage of it because I'm really just trying to focus on what it is that I'm doing. But at the very least, I will do a recap at the end. We'll see. There's some walking breaks in there. We'll see. I'm not making any promises. Less than 2 kilometers. I am not setting a PB today. It's honestly going to be a victory just to finish this because this run has not gone to plan and it's kicking my ass.
Rosemary, nice job today, Rosemary. Gotta go.
She did it. She did it.
Captain from Mary, congratulations. Kara.
So I just finished my 10K race. Bennett, will you show the medal? There's the medal. It's so pretty. And then it's got 10K on the back. And not only did I set a personal best in the 10K by 2 minutes and a little bit, I also set a new PB in the 5K, just by 6 seconds, but still. I got emotional about 2 kilometers in because I knew that I had this. Like I knew it was my day and I just felt really good. I ran the first 5K continuous and then I started 4-minute running, 1-minute walking intervals. I lost about 45 seconds like faffing around with my bib because I had to take my one shirt off and then reattach the bib to the t-shirt. It's a big pain in the butt, but we got it done. This guy and his sister and my husband, hi guys, they were waiting at the finish line and it just gave me the boost that I needed and I just feel so good and I'm so proud. So, yay!
We were like sitting on an edge of like a metal thing.
Yeah?
Waiting for her, right?
Yes, you were. And then I saw you guys and I picked up my pace, didn't I? I was just so excited to get your hugs.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Hello again. It is now like 5 or 6 hours after the end of the 10K race, and I am geared up and ready to go for a second run. Ready to go might be overselling it a bit. I am very begrudgingly here. I would much rather be camped out on my couch, but on the training schedule today, I had 21.1 kilometers to run. Obviously, they wanted me to do that all together, but I had already signed up for the 10K. And then I just got myself like way too in my own head about it. I was considering switching to the half marathon, but then that would have like bumped up my training by a month. And then this whole like premise of this channel has been gearing towards that June 2nd half marathon. It just, anyways, so here we are trying a double session. I have never done something like this before where I've done 2 lengthy runs in a day. We'll see. I make no promises about this. I am at my preferred trails, so it is like an out and back. So really, if I can force myself to go 5.5K, I have no choice but to do the other 5.5 back. So that's the plan. I am going to take it there's a very large vehicle just pulled into a very small parking lot. Anyway, sorry, got myself distracted. So I am planning on taking this very slowly. I have no pace in mind. I am not trying to beat any sort of time or anything like that. I'm wearing my external heart monitor, which I don't normally wear for runs, but I want to really like focus on keeping my heart rate low. I already put forth a big effort this morning, so this is really more just about like time on feet and getting used to covering that kind of distance in the span of a day. I mean, again, ideally it probably would have been done all in one stretch, but regardless, here we are. We are making the best of the situation. So it is like almost 4:30 and I really don't want to be out here forever. So I'm going to get going. I may or may not pop in and maybe take some footage. I want to take a little bit of footage just at the beginning of the trail because it's so pretty now and it's so nice of a change from all the snow and the ice and all of that we had all at the beginning of this like series. So I'll take a little bit of that, but in terms of actually like checking in and telling you how I'm feeling, I may or may not because I really just kind of want to get it done. So can't get it done if I don't get it started. So we got the earbuds. I've got podcasts lined up. I don't want to like get sucked into like trying to match pace with the music. So it's going to be a podcast day and let's get it done. All right, so about 4.3 kilometers in, I turned around at the 4 kilometer mark, so I'm heading back to the car now. I'll get 8 in any event. I had really wanted to do the 11, but I did really well. I did really well for the first like 3.5K. Kept an eye on the heart rate, kept it low, but I got dizzy nonetheless. And I do have a history of fainting, and I really don't want to faint here. Plus, we're a single car family. I have the car, so my husband can't get me if something did happen. So I'm just gonna play it smart. I don't need to be a hero. Making my way back to the car. There's another street to cross up ahead, and then I'll probably pick it back up and do another slow jog back. But it felt good for the first 3.5. It felt good until it didn't. So I'm just trying to respect my body and listen to it. And right now, the knees are saying, what are you doing? But also the iron levels and the heart and all that kind of stuff, I don't mess with the dizziness. So at any rate, it turned out to be a beautiful day. It was all gray and overcast when I arrived, and now it's nice and sunny. Just kind of wish that I was wearing sunglasses and a t-shirt, but I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying this, sort of, minus the dizziness. 8 kilometers. I'm calling her quits. I am very, very sore and very, very tired. And I think I come by that honestly, having done a 10K this morning, and now an additional 8, but I'm very glad that I came out and got that done. And I'm glad that I was able to keep my heart rate down. I often, even when it's supposed to be an easy run, I don't know, I let it get to my head. I know that it's going to be posted to Strava. I know that the people that follow me on Strava, they are miles beyond where I'm at with my running. And it's silly because I talk about it doesn't matter what your pace is, slow is still a speed. But I do let it get into my own head every now and then. So I tend to go a little bit too hard on what should otherwise be easy runs. And leading up for this last 4 weeks of training, I'm really gonna try to be very mindful that an easy run is supposed to be easy. And that's what really gives you that baseline fitness. So I got that done today, and my next one, I will do that as well. But we got some big runs coming up next week. I've got a 19K. And then pretty soon, my husband and I are off to Alaska. And I'm very, very excited. And we're spending one day before and one day after in Vancouver. I've got a 16K run on the day that we're spending in Vancouver. So we're going to tour around Stanley Park. I'm very excited. I love BC. I've only been once, but it stole my heart. And I have the feeling that Alaska's going to do the same. So we've got some hikes scheduled. And then there is a running track on the boat. Or I guess I should call it a ship. And there are treadmills and things like that. But when we're doing our port stops, we very well might just do some runs throughout Alaska as well. I'm very, very excited. So I'll keep you posted on all that. But for today, I am now done. I've got 18 kilometers under my feet. I am ready for a rest.